everybody. Hey, welcome to this webinar where we're going to talk about a topic that concerns many of us much more than we admit. It's overthinking. So we're starting in a second. I have given 5 of you the opportunity to be in my private room tonight. So they're coming in just a few more seconds. Rebecca is here. Lorenzo. Tracy, hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Hey, ciao. Okay, yeah, 2 more. So why only 5? Actually, because I really want to create an interaction with you guys tonight with questions and answers, and I want to still be within the 30 minutes. So that's why only 5 in my private room. But of course, welcome also to those of you who follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn. Of course, you just drop a comment. You can also write on the comments on the social media platform, and I will get back to you. And Judy is here. Michelle is missing. Okay, yeah. Wow, beautiful. Michelle is also here. So now we're all, and we can start. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Silvio. I'm a coach specializing in life and performance coaching. And I've been a manager for many years in Italy, France, Switzerland. I live currently in Switzerland. And despite a very good career, professional success, 2 children, beautiful life, I was living in Rome at the time. I wasn't feeling well. I always felt disconnected to my passions, to my real Silvio, to my real self. And at the time, so I had no energy. I was stressed out. I was transmitting stress to my family. And yeah, basically various moments of my career, of my life in that moment, back the days, I was not a husband nor the father I wanted to be. So that's why 8 years ago, I decided to work on myself. 8 years ago, I wanted to better understand why I felt that way. And I started this beautiful journey 8 years ago, beautiful journey of rediscovery. And thanks to my mentor, Mirko Bosi, to his school, Coltiva Crescita, and actually now after the last 3 years where I did the training for as a coach, now I'm coach myself and also a coach for Coltiva Crescita. And yeah, so today I'm presenting you guys something. I'm gonna show you the slide. I know you know already the topic, but I want to share my beautiful slides. Do you see something? Yes, I guess so. That is the topic, how to escape overthinking and move forward with confidence. So we're talking about this beautiful, beautiful topic. And for you, the lucky 5, I know you have booked this pace precisely because you're leaving this challenge on your skill of the overthinking. And we will tackle that, but first thing, a disclaimer, I will interact a lot or enough with the Lucky 5, with you guys in the live show, but also for those who follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn, absolutely, just write your responses, write your questions, and I will respond to you on the platform. Now, so what are we going to do now? So tonight I will start, as you see the screen, right? So tonight I will take you on a clear path. We will understand what overthinking really is and the main cause of it. And then we do 3 exercises to reduce it. And I have highlighted reduce because I don't want to mislead you and say that tomorrow you will not suffer from overthinking anymore. I leave those promises, those things to the YouTubers. I will pass you at the end of these 25, 30 minutes, 3 strategies, 3 exercises that need to be trained. And if you train them, they bring tremendous results. To me, it happened to me, it happened to my coaches, to my students. So I'm passing you 3 exercises that they have to be trained. That's very important. Why is that important? Learning and not applying is useless. That's very important. My friend and mentor Mirko, he hammered us day and night with the difference between believing you know something and knowing how to do it. If you do not train a new skill or knowledge, you lose it. 100%. So tonight we're doing something, not just learning. And but before we go ahead, I want to talk to the five guys and also to the people that are following us on Facebook and LinkedIn. And I will start. I'm very, very curious. So just tell me in what moments of the day you notice that the mind starts to race and never stops. When during the day? When during the day? You just drop your answer in the chat after waking up. Okay, that's not the best way to start a day. Michelle after work, Tracy in work meetings. What exactly? In work meetings. So your mind goes in looping, goes overthinking in work meetings. Like I don't want to be, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. Or what exactly? Yeah, drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. I'm curious now. Okay, that I cannot do what they want, what they request, right, Tracy? Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, that is more of the I'm not good enough mental pattern. Okay, Tracy, we cannot cover that tonight, but that's a very big point also in my coaching program. So we're going to discuss that later, Tracy. Good, good, good. So these are the moments, the worst moments for the overthinking. And I have another question for you. And then we go right into the topic. When you're thinking too much, do you notice it right? Do you notice it right away or only after you got into the vortex? So when are you really noticing that you're thinking too much, you're lost in your thoughts, and maybe we will see that later, you're not going anywhere because your head is just spinning around? When? Oh, okay. I notice, Michelle, I notice it late when I'm exhausted. Very bad, yeah, I know. I notice it, but I cannot stop. Tracy, good. At least some awareness. And yeah, so Rebecca says only after I've already lost hours, and that's absolutely common. Uh, I have a client at the moment that's that's she's really funny. So she refers herself to herself as the woman who stares at walls. There is that movie, right? The man who stare at goats, and she makes it funny, and she says she's the woman who stares at walls because after the gym she just stares at the wall for many minutes, and she loses really, or maybe hours. Yeah, that's one of the main problems with overthinking. So great. Now, stay with me because we will see what overthinking really is. We'll see the root cause, and I will pass you these three exercises, these three strategies to reduce it. And actually, my client, the woman who stares at the walls, actually, she overcame overthinking, but she trained, of course, the strategies for some time. So now, what is overthinking really? So I could say what is not. Overthinking is not reflection. It is having looping thoughts that brings you, unfortunately, nowhere. It's more like a mental paralysis. Even if you think you're moving forward, you cannot make any decisions. You cannot take any action. Just give you my examples. So those are my examples. Like review the email 100 times, ruminating on what I should have said in that work meeting for hours, for days, for weeks. Procrastination in giving feedback to my co-workers sometimes for fear of their reaction, for example, and constantly changing my mind about a path to take. So that's basically some very bad examples of overthinking. But if the solution was to think about it some more, wouldn't you already be out of that situation? Obviously, overthinking is obviously not the solution to any condition. It's not just thinking about it doesn't really help. So why do we get into the loop of overthinking? And to answer, I have to introduce you a couple of a very bad, very, very unpleasant character. And yet it's very important because if you get to know him, you can see it in action and manage him. If you don't see him, he or it manages you. Well, basically, it works like this. We have two minds. Two minds coexist inside you, inside us. And there is a practical mind and another side. The other side is, let's say, an obsessive mind, which my mentor, Mirko Bosi, and in all my studies, we call it the childish ego. I show you how it looks like. This is childish ego, yes. Here's a photo. He's a big baby. He's a little mix of fears, unhealthy habits, depowering thoughts, and so on. In general, he has two characteristics that you see on the slide. Let's put it that way. This is the evil twin of the practical mind. It seems sometimes that it protects you from danger. In the long run, it turns you off. It destroys your goals before you start them. Or as soon as you start them, it makes you quit, give up. Here's a great source of mental noise, and that's that we can precisely call overthinking. If you could really listen to these two voices, the practical mind and the childish ego, who would you say has been guiding you lately? That's very bad. I know that's mean. Who's been guiding you lately? Drop it in the chat, and also you guys drop it in the comments from Facebook, LinkedIn. Okay, Tracy says, childish ego commands me. Okay, give me an example. I freeze as soon as I perceive a risk, Michelle. Okay, that's a very good question from Rebecca. Thank you, Rebecca. I've been trying to diet 5 times, but I always stop. Is it the childish ego? Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, my dear, yes, this is a childish ego at its best, actually. So the childish ego, if you do something that you need, it's always like that. It works like this. So if you do something that you really need, and that it's like minimum uncomfortable, or it requires some time of effort, after a while, this part of your mind says, but come on, why are you doing it? Forget it. Let's go to the couch. Come on, tonight you eat something, and then tomorrow you start again your diet. That those whispers. So yes, that's him. You got him. That's absolutely the childish ego. Lorenzo says, I need 1,000 confirmations before I move. Yeah, it might be healthy to do tests, but we know when we're overdoing tests. So overthinking makes you feel active because you're thinking about it, but it actually keeps you still. And it drains you day after day until you're a dried up lake. Yeah, that was perhaps a mean metaphor, but it's the reality. So now, so every time you get trapped in your thoughts, you lose something like time, energy, confidence, opportunity, and also the pleasure of decision making. So I had, for example, a brilliant manager, an architect, who's been stuck for 3 years. He wanted to buy a house, a new house with his new girlfriend, but something just prevented it from doing that. And for 3 years, he didn't do it. And he told me once, I know what I want to do, I know how to do it, but I cannot do it. This is exactly overthinking, because we actually know that we have to do something that we're putting off, right? So that's why I would like to ask you, what is one decision that you're putting off in a moment? Yeah, in this moment. Maybe because you want to feel more secure, or you have to think about it. This one is a bit personal, this question. So answer only if you feel okay, if you feel comfortable with that. A job change, Tracy. Talking to a coworker who is driving me crazy. Okay, I think we're talking here about giving negative feedback, right, to someone. Yeah, that for so many of us, some personalities, it's very easy to give a compliment, but it's very hard to give negative feedbacks. Oh, no more answers. Okay, so, but as you see, everyone has something that we're putting off, right? So, and overthinking is just a way to put it off again. Wow, I cannot wait to give you those strategies to reduce overthinking. Yeah, okay. You write a lot. Okay, so we're going to Lorenzo, we're talking about that later, but because I really want to give you those 3 strategies. Basically, what we do, basically what we want to do is to overcome overthinking, right? Because as you said, as you saw, also that architect, after 3 years, now he bought the house, and he sends me so many messages because just overthinking is so draining. When you by overcoming overthink, we're going from confusion, blockage to clarity, decision, life leadership. It is not an accident that a coincidence that my program is called Life Leadership Accelerator. My program, I help actually precisely to distinguish these inner voices and take action. Now, finally, we got there. I want to show you the 3 strategies. So let's recap what we've seen till now. So let's recap it a little bit. So we've recognized when and how we activate this overthinking, right? And I explained to you the difference between the practical mind and this childish ego, the obsessive mind, and introduced you exactly how it works, the childish ego, and that the childish ego is the cause of overthinking. And we've seen how destructive it is for our well-being. And now the juicy part. So the starting point for defeating or reducing overthinking is, and well, actually, the 3 starting points are, drum roll. One is you cannot win by staying inside the mind. And the other is you cannot win by staying inside the mind. Well, that's actually the mantra that you have to keep in mind, because I see some YouTubers that give so many suggestions about winning against overcoming the overthinking, doing something with the mind, but it's absolutely, it's like you wet and you want to dry yourself with water. It makes no sense. It is like taming a crazy horse. So what I want to do with you guys is to get out of the head and use the other tools that the generous divine has made available to us, right? So now I want you to get comfortable on your chair. Will you do what I ask you to do? Because actually, otherwise, this webinar would be about knowing and learning, but I want you to do. We are here for doing. Remember, not learning, not knowing, but doing. So we see actually now three strategies. We see the use of the 5 senses. I called it the 5 senses freedom. Tense and relax, and micro action. So basically, we're trying to get out of the mind. And we're doing now the strategy number 1, which is the 5 senses freedom. You can use all 5 senses for this exercise. I got you now to the touch and the sense of hearing. Guys, you ready? Okay, please sit comfortably with your spine straight, so, but comfortable, and relax your head straight, your chest. So please close your eyes when you're ready. Okay, Rebecca. Okay, close your eyes. Now, gently take both hands and very slowly begin to slide down your fingers, starting from the top of your forehead. Feel your eyebrows. Feel the gentle pressure of your fingertips against your eyes. Slowly slide farther down and feel your fingertips on your nose. And now stop your fingertips slightly under your nose and notice the temperature and sensation of air each time you breathe out. Keep noticing your breath on your fingers. Now place all the fingertips of one hand gently against the fingertips and palm of the other hand. Thumb against thumb, index finger against index finger. And notice all these sensations. Now put your hands down. Slightly switch to the sense of hearing. Try to hear the farthest away sound that you can hear. Now hear the closest sound that you can hear. If you haven't heard your own breathing, hear now your own breathing. Put your right hand now on your stomach and notice the gentle rising and falling of your stomach with each breath. Okay, now take your time and whenever you feel ready, open your eyes. All is good? Okay, very good. And so we use this simple strategy to train. It's a strategy to train, to get out of the head and stop the looping thoughts. That was the first strategy. You good? We go ahead? Give me a sign. Okay. Okay, the second is it's called tense and relax. We will going to tense and relax the entire body. This is very, very powerful, very effective to get out of the head and take action immediately. So I'll show you again. So now remain seated comfortably, comfortably with your spine straight. Relax, but straight. Your chest open, feet on the floor. Please close your eyes again. Now do not hurt yourself, but follow my instructions. Tense up all the muscles of your body, from head to toes, now. All of them. Tense up your skull, your forehead, your cheeks, your jaws. Tense up your neck, shoulders, arms and hands, chest, stomach, legs, upper legs, calves, feet. All the muscles are tensed up. And really notice all these physical sensations. Be fascinated by all those sensations. Now, let go all that tension. It's already enough. I know. Let go of all that tension and feel the more relaxed sensations throughout your body. And notice the rise and fall of your chest with each breath, and notice the temperature of the air in and out of your nose. Notice the weight of your whole body on your seat. Notice the contact points of where you're sitting. Now, take your time, and whenever you feel ready, open your eyes. That's very powerful because the obsessive mind, the childish ego, does not live in the present, but the body does. So we don't get out of the head thinking. We get out of the head using the body, for example. How do you feel now? How do you feel? By the way, how do you feel? Yeah, just write it down. Write it down. Energized, more present. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, actually, this exercise brings you back into the body and to the current reality around you. That's why it's very, very powerful. Ready? It's okay, Lorenzo? Okay. Now, strategy 3, the micro action. So, how does it work? Take a piece of paper and put it in front of you. Hmm? Yeah, take a piece of paper. Okay, you already have handbooks, I told you. So we have said that we all have something we're not doing or procrastinating, and the overthinking does not help. Now, close your eyes again. Yeah, put the paper on the table. Close your eyes. Imagine the final goal of that specific thing that you are avoiding or procrastinating or delaying. Imagine you have accomplished it. You made that decision. The things have changed. What will there be that is not yet here? See it. Feel the emotions of that reality, of that new reality where you achieved your goal. What emotions you feel? Could be joy, relief, satisfaction, fulfillment, success. Yeah, I see it in your face. Enjoy it for a few moments. Okay, now open your eyes. Write one small little action thing that you can do right now to move forward to this vision you had. It's a micro decision. One thing, only one. So you have this piece of paper. Write one small little action that you will do absolutely as soon as possible. Could be everything, like to block 30 minutes of your agenda for tomorrow to do something specific. Send a message to the boss, maybe right now. Write it down. Yes. Write down this small action. Write down a simple action that brings you closer to that image, the vision that you had, that you experienced 2 minutes ago. Tell me when you're done. Okay. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. So well done. Okay, so I see you're all more relaxed now. So every micro decisions restores somehow your power, right? So because action avoids useless thinking. That's very important. So in my coaching program, actually, these strategies become habits, coherent habits, concrete habits. Well, we're approaching now to the end of this beautiful live, and do you guys have any doubts, questions, ideas, something to share? Also, people from Facebook and LinkedIn, you can write it down and I'll get back to you. Please drop a comment in the chat. If you have questions, yeah, it took a little bit longer than I thought, but I think it was very, very fruitful, right? Oh, Rebecca says if the cause of overthinking is a childish ego, why don't we just defeat it? Defeated the childish ego, you mean? Okay. Well, to make it short, you cannot kill it. You don't want to kill it. You don't want to kill your own personality. You don't want to kill your mind, right? So the only good thing, that's YouTuber stuff. Yeah, kill your mind. Shut up your mind. Yeah, okay. Try to do it. No, we want to observe our mind. And then we recognize some mental schemes there and we can overcome them. So first thing, observe and manage the childish ego, not killing, we're not killing, observe. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm not sure I can put it into practice by my own. Yeah, I understand that. So childish ego makes you quit everything. All the good things, childish ego makes you quit. So you set your goal of getting rid of overthinking. And then with training and support, like I do with my clients, you make it. But of course, with training and support. Okay, so already a little bit late, so I hope see you soon in my next webinars. I hope you enjoyed the material, the 3 exercises that we shared. So we saw what is overthinking, what is the childish ego, and then I gave you these 3 exercises to train. So to get out of the head is the only way to overcome overthinking, to reduce overthinking. Over time, by training these exercises, you will overcome overthinking like my clients do. And yeah, so thank you for being here. Thank you for following this webinar. I hope I see you in the next webinars. Have a good night.